I think we have worked very hard to bring PSL where it is right now.
With me today, we have got a very special guest, Mr. Salman Iqbal. He is the founder of Karachi Kings, the current champions, and he's also a TV mogul in Pakistan. He's the founder and CEO of ARY Digital Network. From that tentative start of the first edition in the UAE in 2015, the journey of PSL, if you can describe in a few words, because you are, like an integral part of it.
PSL has been a very, very interesting journey for all the franchise owners, especially the first 4 franchise owners who started this league back 6 years ago. It was very difficult to bring in PSL in Pakistan because people said that because of PSL not happening in Pakistan, it's no use to have PSL. We, with the previous chairman of PCB, Najam Sethi, we worked really hard to bring in PSL into Pakistan. Now we have the tournaments happening all over Pakistan, which is a very, very big achievement.
Once Pakistan Super League got underway, and over the years, you did a gradual shift. Initially, you took the final there, I think the 3 matches there, then you increased the number of matches. Then last year, we had the whole edition. This year also the same thing. How much of this has really helped Pakistan ending the cricketing isolation? The overseas teams are back there today. If South Africa is back, if Sri Lanka is back, then PSL must have also played a big part in.
PSL, I think, played a huge role in bringing international cricket back to Pakistan. Security protocols which we have for PSL are the same protocol that we have for other international matches. When first time we moved PSL to Pakistan, was to Lahore. We had 2 semi-finals and 1 final in Lahore. We literally could not find international players who were willing to come to Pakistan, especially to Lahore. At that time, I remember we had Sangakkara as the captain of Karachi Kings. We had to opt him out for that match against Peshawar Zalmi in Lahore. So we had to go with the new captain. Because Sangakkara was hit in that bus which happened in Pakistan, Lahore. He was quite skeptical of Pakistan. But then the second PSL happened. We had few matches more in Karachi and in Lahore. Everybody was there. Every top international players were there. When they went back home to the respective countries and respective boards, they told about the security. They said what happened to them. And that actually opened floodgates for Pakistan cricket back in Pakistan.
Just looking at this year's edition in particular, how difficult was it, the protocol, or to convince the establishment that yes, we can do it?
The big decision was last year when we had the semi-finals and finals which were not being played. That was the biggest judgment that we had to make as the PSL franchises and as PSL and as PCB. When that went so smooth, and then we saw that other countries are doing non-stadium, non-crowd in stadium matches. We discussed it with the current government. We had discussed with the security. The thing is in Pakistan is we have pandemic and then we have a security thing that we have to take care of. If you invite 1,000 people or you invite 10,000 people, the security has to be the same. But for the last 3-4 matches which I have seen in the stadium, it's just unbelievable. We have amazing SOPs. People are scattered around. They're not allowed to gather in one place. The movement inside the stadium and outside the stadium has become so smooth. So I think now we are there. It's a sad part that PSL has moved to Pakistan, but it's now happening with 20% of crowd.
You've got PSL, you've got IPL, you've got Big Bash. I would say that, these are the big 3 kind of, in terms of the franchisee leagues. Where would you keep PSL? Where do you see the room of improvement, where you can, maybe with the number of teams, because everything else has kind of fallen into place and it wears a settled look now?
I think we have worked very hard to bring PSL where it is right now. And we believe it's the second largest league in the world. Because if you look, Big Bash is not owned by owners, it's owned by the board. So the same formula which we have is IPL and PSL. Of course, IPL is the biggest. There's no doubt about it in anybody's mind. PSL, I think, is the second largest league being watched around the world. We have worked really hard to be where we are. Now we get big international players coming to Pakistan. We have names of Chris Gayle and everybody. First time after a long time, we had the Afghanis coming to Pakistan. Karachi King has Noor Mohammed. We have Mohammad Nabi. Rashid Khan is with Lahore Qalandars. We had Ian Morgan who came to Pakistan once. I think we are there. But now what we have to work hard is to get the revenue stream of PSL to the level that we were thinking it to be. I think if there was no pandemic, we would have broken even and come to a great financial position. But now, after the pandemic, it's completely a different game now. Plus, Gotham is such an exciting thing to play in your hometown. We used to hear from people, players who used to come from IPL, and they used to say that, I played for Mumbai, I played for Chennai. Oh my God, the crowd was so amazing. We couldn't feel that crowd in Sharjah and Dubai because we didn't have packed stadiums. The first match I played against Quetta for the first time in National Stadium with 35,000 noisy crowd, I then actually felt, yes, PSL is now where it is. Initially, when we bought the team, nobody thought that PSL would do well. We had so many negative press on PSL that we as franchise owners actually disheartened might not be able to bring it where it was. But suddenly the first year when PSL happened, it has become so big now that every big businessman wants to own a team.